Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video here today from Sigma Traits sent to me by a guy named Matrix of Madness. I'm going to leave both of their channels linked in the video description, so make sure you go and subscribe to them. But without further ado, let's jump right in.
What would you want his income to be?
I feel like this is gonna sound bad. I feel like 300,000.
I would have to say 127, probably 150 to $250,000 a year.
$500,000? Is that bad?
150, maybe to 250,000 a year. It would be comfortable for sure.
I was just having this conversation with my friend, and she was like, you have to manifest a husband, girl. Ideally, my husband needs to be making like 650,000.
I would absolutely love to know how much these girls are making, bro, because these same kind of chicks are the ones that's fucking working at Walmart and fucking Taco Bell and shit. Like, I want my man making fucking 500,000 and 6'2", and he's gotta be 10. Like, I'm telling you, homie, they're living in a constant state of delusion. As the legend Kevin Samuels once said, you can't make this shit up, bro. You cannot make this shit up. These chicks out here, bro, these fucking 304s, all they give a fuck about is your status. That's why I teach you motherfuckers, pick and choose wisely. Yo, man, you don't want to find a girl like this, homie. You don't want to find a chick that wants you making this much money and this and that. Find yourself a woman that respects you, homie. I always preach, find a girl when you're on the bottom, when you're working on yourself, and she gonna be sticking through that whole entire fucking time, homie. Make sure she's the right one, though. Make sure, like I said, you find yourself a traditional woman that loves you, respects you, and cares about you, not your status, man. I'm telling you, most important.
I guarantee you guys that these women at the start of this video right here are not making anywhere close to the money that they are demanding that their male counterparts make. It's absolutely disgusting. Never before in history, guys, have women demanded so much from their partners, yet provided so little. And let's not get it twisted. I really want people to think about this for a moment, okay? These women who are saying like, yo, my man needs to make 500K a year, 150K a year minimum. Look, this woman right here says 300 grand. I guarantee you this woman has been in bed with dudes who were not making nearly that amount of money because he was attractive. Right, so you have all of these women out here demanding that their husbands make X amount of money and provide for them and care for them when they've been sleeping around with dudes who haven't had to give them a damn thing, right? So not only is it delusional because most men don't earn this money and these women aren't even worth this amount of money, but it's also delusional considering the fact that the men who got with these women previously never had to pay a damn cent. Guys, never tell, never let, a woman tell you how much money you need to earn. It is downright stupid. All of these women will be perpetually single forever. Let's continue.
5 to 30.
Okay.
Because we don't want little boys.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay. Can he be married?
Definitely exclude married because we don't home wreck. That's for
shit,
bitches
okay.
for the street.
Okay.
Any color, shade.
All right. Wait, black?
Any color or shade because like she said she has types. She has types between she has types between whatever. 6 feet tall at least.
Okay.
And let's go for the max because we're dreaming big. We want to go on PJs on vacation, baby.
Exactly.
We want to go shopping.
Wait, okay, cool. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay. Point.
It's not bad.
All right. So you're as delusional as Miss Africa. To my side. You also scored a 5 out of 5. Cat.
These, so if you guys aren't familiar with what this is a female delusion calculator, right? They are able to put in what they require from a man. So for example, this woman put in, she wants a dude who's not married. She wants a dude who's any race, at least 6 feet tall, not obese. And she obviously maxed out the income. So earning at least $300,000 per year, ages between 25 and 30. And the amount of men that meet this criteria are 0.019%, right? And women demand this crap. And again, these modern women, this woman filling out this damn calculator, guys, I guarantee you, she is not any form of traditional woman. She is not the type of woman that you want to be dating long-term at all. These are the same women that complain about being used for fun, quote-unquote used, like they don't engage in it themselves. But they are absolutely not worth committing to whatsoever. Let's continue.
Thinking about things in that way. I had to consider what my salary is and what kind of life we want to live. If he's making less money than me and I'm the breadwinner, I feel I personally would be uncomfortable just from what I'm making at this moment. If we're like at a point where I feel like I'm comfortable on my own, we'd be fine together, I really don't care. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a number that stands out to you?
What's the number, chat? Okay, predictions. Finally! Fuck! How much? 100K each.
Like a decent salary, like something that you would be like, okay, he needs to make this much money.
I'm going to guess this woman says 300 grand a year.
I don't think there's a number in mind.
Say a number though. Take accountability.
Especially for right now, but I would say if he's not ever making more than, let's say, $100,000.
Damn, I overshot that one. 100 grand, a minimum, guys, a year. If you want to date a woman such as this, 100 grand a year, you have to be making that amount of money. If you want to risk absolutely everything getting married to these women, if you want to get down on one knee and offer them your hand in marriage, right? Get them that expensive ring, give them all of that status. It's going to cost you a minimum of 100 grand to put essentially your life on the line per year, by the way, per year.
Let's say $100,000.
100K! What did I say?
Then I would be a little bit worried.
Twice the average. Double what the average salary is. That's what she deserves. Why?
Isn't it over double the average salary in America? I haven't brushed up on the stats in a while, but I thought it was over double.
Look, why? Why? You're boring. You look okay. Why do you deserve twice of what the average man makes?
Our future.
I wrote down a list of everything that I would possibly want in a man. If I gave it to my brother, he'd be like, half of that is unrealistic. In my mind, the high value man is a unicorn because
What's the unrealistic part?
I would like a man that's got to be like 6'1", 6'3", single, no kids, never married, makes over 6 figures. You know,
that is the unrealistic part.
Which part? She named
over 6 figures because that right there is what would shrink her pool.
So you have to.
These women are so clueless, man. She doesn't even, I don't know, the second woman speaking there doesn't even understand that men who are over 6 foot are also somewhat of a rarity. Oh yeah, it's the money that's shrinking the pool. No, everything that these modern women ask for is completely delusional. You can isolate one thing that they're asking for and it will still be incredibly delusional. Oh, I want a guy who's over 6 foot. Okay, do we know how many dudes are over 6 foot? Because it's certainly above average. Okay, and every single thing they ask for dramatically decreases the likelihood that they will ever get that man.
It makes over 6 figures, you know?
That is the unrealistic part.
Which part? She named
over 6 figures because that right there is what would shrink her pool.
So you have to like figure out what your non-negotiables are and what are things that you can like.
I love how these women are talking like they know crap, right? Oh yeah, so you've got to figure out what your non-negotiables are. Oh really? You've got to figure that stuff out. What are you, a dating coach? Still single? Guys, I'm so sick of these female dating coaches. They're absolutely awful, right? They give terrible advice to other women and they're like, yeah, I've got it figured out. I've got it figured out. I mean, most of them aren't even married. A lot of them are divorced, single mothers, things like this. Like, get out of here.
Men are beyond fed up with the never-ending list of demands women throw at them. They're only interested in guys who check off their laundry list of impossible standards. If you're not cruising around in the latest Tesla or stacking cash like it's going out of style, don't even bother. And even if you do manage to meet their sky-high expectations, it still doesn't guarantee loyalty. They'll cheat on you in a heartbeat, no matter how much you've bent over backward to give them everything they wanted. Try approaching them, and it's like talking to a brick wall. They couldn't hold a conversation if their life depended on it.
Oh yeah, guys, I guarantee it, right? The men who are making serious money, like, oh, my man has to earn over 500K a year, right? She'll go out there, she'll try and get a guy who earns a good amount of money, but oftentimes they don't respect these men, right? Because these men have such little self-respect to provide for such a woman, right? So they go out with these guys, they try and marry them, they try and hunt them down. This is why I say, if you're a dude and you make a lot of money, you have a big target on your back, to be honest. with women who will manipulate you and try and take you for what you have. And they will chase down these dudes who make a lot of money. And they might not even be attracted to them at all. A lot of these guys end up getting cheated on. Their wives treat them like trash. You know the drill, but let's continue.
Of how many men you've slept with?
Yeah, it's not like 300 or anything. It's like 136, I think.
136? Okay.
Yeah. Which is a lot, but
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there one week where there was just like you went on a tear and it was like 20 dudes?
Yeah.
Do you know how much in the most in 1 week? Like 30, 20, 30?
Not 20 to 30. It's probably like 8 to 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
8 to 10. So that one, the 6 in the night, that was just, you went hard.
Yeah.
You went hard.
I went hard.
Okay.
This is disgusting, man. This is absolutely disgusting. And this woman right here says that she's been with 136 guys. But I guarantee you it's more. Every single time you hear these women say, oh, I've been with X amount of men, it's always a lower amount than what the amount of men that they've actually been with, right? Oh, I've only been with 3 guys. Chances are it's probably like 15, right? We all know the drill with these modern women. And you can see the other women at the table are kind of like, whoa, I can't believe she said that out loud. Like, you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you also the other women sitting at this table are probably just as bad, if not worse as well.
Like 8 to 10.
Just
crazy.
You went hard.
Yeah.
You went hard.
I went hard.
Okay.
Nobody thinks they're average, or most people do not think that they are average. Is this confidence or is this delusion? And what inspired this video was me posting a TikTok from one of my girl interviews. To say the comments were concerning and eye-opening is actually an understatement. So now let me read some of the comments to you. Average has nothing to do with me. Some of us don't want to be average. LOL, okay, but these are based on averages and I'm not looking for an average man. I don't give an F. I want my man to be pulling 500K. My soul left my body when I read that.
It's always crazy how, like, you can just look at the profile picture. What is this? Breather, writer. You could just look at this woman and they're all so incredibly masculine as well. It's not like these women are even desirable in the first place, right? So they're not sitting here making their demands saying, I want 500K. And she will cook and clean and she's beautiful and she'll look after, you know, she'll have a family with you and look after the kids and things like this, right? There are no feminine characteristics. There are no caring characteristics. There are no desirable characteristics that men look for in these women who are saying these things. Oh, I want this much money. I want that. And then I guarantee you, if you were to sit there and say to this woman, a breather or whatever the hell her name is, okay, make me a singular sandwich. Number one, if she did, it would be the worst sandwich of your entire damn life. Number two, she would never make the damn sandwich because she'd have an issue with it, right? It's always, men have to provide an obscene amount of crap to me, whether that be money, or he has to be incredibly tall, or he has to be exceptional in some metric, right? But they provide diddly squat in return. It's insane.
Man to be pulling 500K. My soul left my body when I read that one. No one can survive with less than 70K. Let's be very for real. Are we okay? If you can't survive on 70K, you have a spending problem.
Yeah, you know why these women can't survive on 70 grand? Because they do trips to the store every 2 seconds for things that they don't need. So many of these women have the worst, terrible spending habits you have ever seen. Guys, talk to a dude who's been married before, right? And he will tell you that a lot of these women who are incredibly awful, their spending habits are terrible. Why is it, do you guys think, that the majority of marketing is targeted towards women? Why is it that the majority of consumer debt comes from women? Right? Modern women are terrible with their money. They are absolutely terrible. You know, I can't survive on less than 70K a year. Okay, I mean, maybe in some like very large metropolitan cities that scam you, right? These leftist cities, I don't know. I've heard terrible things about the pricing in New York, but you should be able to make 70K work in most places. If you can't make it work, that's a you problem, all right? Lots of people are earning far less than that. They just must be more competent than you.
How much should your man make in a year?
Can we make it monthly?
Sure.
At least 100K a month.
Isn't that a bit high compared to the average income out there?
Well, if I'm talking about my partner, I don't think so.
Why not?
If I'm making 10K a month, he should be making 10 times more than me. And that kind of puts me in the feminine position, and I view him as the masculine, as the main provider in our family.
You serious? Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode. Yeah, guys, I can't wait to have to make a woman feminine. That sounds so appealing to me. These women are so damn clueless, man. Why would I want to have a masculine woman that is conditionally feminine? Like, there's conditions to her being feminine. Can you guys imagine, right? If dudes were out here and we were wearing like dresses everywhere and high heels and things like this, and we refused to date a woman, right? And she has to cook and she has to clean for us and she has to look after our kids. And only then will I dress like a normal man. You know, not taking the dress off, not taking the high heels off. Okay, I'm going to go out there and behave like a woman, I suppose, present myself as a woman. And the only thing that will make me change is if a woman comes along and she starts cooking me food. Women would look at you like you're stupid. And the reason why they would look at you like you're stupid is because what you're saying is stupid. You guys see what I'm getting at? Can you guys imagine if men were out here being conditionally masculine? Well, I don't really feel like paying the bills this week because, I don't know, the kitchen has been an absolute mess and you haven't cleaned the house. I don't really feel like fixing our toilet today, or I don't really feel like fixing this particular problem or that problem. I don't feel like going to work today because you didn't make dinner last night. Right? I need a woman to make me masculine. Can you imagine how stupid that sounds? Right? But when it comes out of these women's mouths, they think it's gold. I'm going to rewind that. This woman is straight up delusional. This woman is so masculine, man. She might as well be a dude.
Monthly, at least 100K a month.
Isn't that a bit high compared to the average income out there?
Well, if I'm talking about my partner, I don't think so.
Why not?
If I'm making 10K a month, he should be making 10 times more than me.
Yeah, men always, guys, this is called hypergamy for those of you guys who don't know. Women are always shooting for men who earn more than them, who are taller than them, who do better than them at the end of the day, right? They don't want to date a guy who's equal or lesser than them. And if they do, they will treat him like crap and they will eventually leave him. It is what it is.
And that kind of puts me in the feminine position, and I view him as the masculine, as the main provider in our family, as we're going to grow, expand our family.
100K a month? She's not even that attractive, maybe a 4 to 5 without makeup. The only man making 100K a month is using her face for NBA full court basketball. Between her forehead and teeth, you've got all the backboards you need. These women are beyond delusional when they aren't even close to high value. The entitlement is off the charts.
Now, if a woman dares to approach a man, she better brace herself for rejection. And don't be shocked if he pulls the classic "I've got a girlfriend" line just to dodge the interaction. After one brush off, they're done. Meanwhile, men have to jump through hoops, over flaming barrels, just to grab their attention. The whole scene is a one-sided circus, and frankly, guys are getting tired of playing the clown.
I saw a video the other day. A girl's like, men are afraid to come up to us. They're not afraid to come up to you. I mean, maybe some feel a little insecure, but by and large, they're just like, I don't need this aggravation today. I don't need some diva aggravation today, because more often than not, what do? nasty, you know, like a little attitude, puckered lips. You know the pucker look. They're tired. They're tired. They're tired of getting made fun of. They're tired of being, you know, abused. They're tired of getting, you know, oh, I'm a meme now. Because why? Because I looked your way for 2 seconds in the gym?
Women love to criticize men for behaviors they're guilty of themselves. Classic hypocrisy at its finest.
Yeah, so the reason why dudes are no longer approaching you is quite simply because it's not worth it to begin with, right? And it's true, so many of these women, they go to the gym with their tripods and things like this, and dudes don't want to be plastered on some TikTok page being made fun of because he glanced at you when you're wearing clothing that's not even fit for the gym in the first place. It's always interesting to me, guys, how there are all of these like gym policies and things like this, right? How you're supposed to wear attire that's appropriate for the gym. But guys, let me tell you this, if you go to the gym at peak hour, right, when there's a whole bunch of people in there, perhaps after work time and things like this, there are so many women in there who straight up are wearing clothing that's inappropriate for the gym. They're recording themselves and by extension a bunch of people around them. I don't really have any issues if people are recording themselves, right? I don't really care. But if you get a whole bunch of other like people who are going there to work out in your videos, don't be surprised when people just end up walking away and not approaching you and not talking to you, because surprise, surprise, people don't just want to be in someone else's social media. Okay, especially when they're usually being made fun of and things like this. Okay, so let's go back through some of the clips on today's video, guys, because this has been absolutely ridiculous. So we had the women at the start here. Let me pull them up again. We had the women at the start. This one, I believe, was asking for $300,000 a year to be her husband. So for the low price of 300 bands a year, guys, you can risk your sanity, your kids, and your income and your assets. This one here demands $127K. If you're a male, you have to earn that much. $150K to $250,000 for this one. Fantastic stuff. 500 bands for this. Guys, $500,000 a year to date a woman who, number one, demands that you make $500K a year. I mean, that is just crazy, isn't it, to think about? What else we got here? Have we got any more lined up? I think there was a couple more. 150K for this one, maybe a $250,000 for this one here. That's to be comfortable, by the way. So she's probably shooting for more than this, $150,000 to $250,000 a year, and this will make her comfortable. Fantastic stuff. I'm pretty sure, guys, the men who are making this money do not want to be dating women like this. There's probably a few dudes who are watching this video right now who make some serious money, and they would probably never even look your way. There's probably some lawyer watching this right now, or some, I don't know, software app developer, tech guy who's watching this, and he'd be like, man, I would rather just not talk to you at all. We've also got this woman here who clearly is just a womanist. What is this? How much does she want again? They're talking about manifesting a husband. Ain't no manifesting anything for you. My husband needs to be making $650. 650, guys. Absolutely not. And let's see if there are any more. I don't think so. I think there are a couple more. Absolutely insane. Let's continue through here. We've got the delusional woman calculator that we also covered here today. Women are out here shooting, trying to get dudes who are, what was the fraction of the percentage of the population that they were looking for? 0.019%. This is how delusional these women are. And the crazy thing is, they think that they will actually get one of these guys as well. See, they don't care about things like probability. They don't care about reality. They don't care about actually doing things that make logical sense, right? It's all about the feelings. I feel like I can get a guy who's this rare because I'm this rare, when in actual fact, they're not. This woman right here, who I overestimated how much money she wanted, but she wanted at least 6 figures. Fantastic stuff. I mean, it is crazy. I totally relate to Sneeko down here, by the way. He was fast forwarding the videos because these women yap so damn much. I mean, I say that as I yap all of the damn time. So at the end of the day, I understand if people fast forward my videos. And then we have these clowns over here, who, this woman here shooting for a dude who's over 6 foot, over 6 figures. And she's got her, her male friend over here, this one. talking about what actually lowers the probability. Even though she's completely incorrect, they both are very improbable. You guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there because I am losing some brain cells. Make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. Don't forget to go and subscribe to Matrix of Madness and also Sigma Traits. I'm going to leave their channels linked in the video description, so make sure you check them out. I might also link them in the pinned comment if I remember, but hey, who knows if I will remember. Guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.